up today and I think to myself, all right, all my orders from Christmas are done. I had a little time to relax. I'm going to carve something fun, something simple, something easy. So I go and I'm sitting around thinking, tossing ideas around. Can't come up with anything. And boom, it hits me. The answer's right in front of my face. Literally. I'm going to carve. I'll just carve an apple. Stay tuned, guys. It might look complicated, but it was actually really easy. I'm going to show you guys how to do it. Stay tuned.
Hey carvers, so today's project we're going to dedicate to all the teachers out there. They are truly some of the frontline workers that help us try to get through this crazy last couple years with the pandemic, putting themselves out there in order to still educate our children. So let's dedicate this to them. If you have any friends or family that are or were teachers, or if you just have a teacher that inspired you, this would make a great gift for one. And what else would you make for a teacher? An apple. Well, an apple core to be more specific. I think it's a kind of a cool little project that any teacher would probably appreciate and think was pretty cool. The first thing you want to do is find a piece of wood that you're going to use, obviously. Then you're going to want to map out the apple. Just rough sketch it out where you're going to want it to be. But you start at the top with the stem and work your way down. So we're going to do the stem much like I did. I'll show you the video for my pumpkins that I did. The stem for the apple is pretty much done the exact same way. So I'll leave the link for the pumpkin video. But you're going to do like a tic-tac-toe pattern on top, and you're going to cut down on all of the lines for the tic-tac-toe pattern a little, probably the depth of your bar, maybe a little longer. It just depends on how long you want the stem to be. Everything you see that's blacked out is what you'll cut away, and then you'll be left with something like this. Okay, so now you can start shaping the stem. Maybe angle it down like a golf tee like I did here, and then you can start shaving the sides of the top off, rounding them off so it looks like the top of an apple. Now you can start shaping the apple with the chainsaw, giving it that apple shape by chipping away at the sides, those long, long swooping, like half moon cuts all the way around the apple, making sure that the center stays thick enough to where it's not going to want to break or crack on you. You want the center where the seeds and stuff are going to be the thinnest part, but you don't want it too thin to where it's going to break. So now you've got the basic apple all roughed out. You've got the stem roughed out. You've got the actual hourglass shape of the apple roughed out. Now you want to go in and start doing the detail work. Now, you could do it just with the chainsaw and keep it pretty rustic. Me, I like to use my angle grinder and my die grinder to really give it more detail, make it look a little more realistic. You don't have to go that route. You could leave it very rustic. I mean, it looks like an apple just like it is. You could leave it just like that, just a little more shaving with the chainsaw to crisp the edges, where the skin of the apple meets the chewed out part. You could do something like that. But like I said, I choose to use the die grinder and the angle grinder with my saber tooth bits and disc, but you don't have to go that route. Now I come in with the angle grinder and the die grinder, and I do the dimple on the top of the apple where the stem comes up out of, and then there's a dimple on the bottom of the apple too. So that really adds a lot to it, gives it that extra detail. Now you're almost done. All you have to do now is add the seeds. If you even want to, you don't have to add seeds. I just think it gives it that little extra, so I use my die grinder and my Dremel to just carve out some seeds, and then you're ready for stain, paint, and clear coat. Now again, it's all up to you on how much time and detail you want to put into the piece. Me, I like it to look as real as possible, so I looked for like a light color stain to give the apple yellowing, browning look, like apples turn. And then I did a mixture of some yellows and greens to make like the golden part where the stem comes up out of. So you have different shades, different tones on the red part of the apple. And then and that's about it. Piece like this, you want it to look kind of rough. You don't want it to be. You could have the red part, the top and the bottom of the apple smooth, but you want the core part where the seeds are at and the actual where you were taking bites out of if it was a real apple. If you look at a real apple, that's rough. It's not supposed to be smooth and real clean. It's supposed to look like it was chewed up. So that's what makes this an easier project, is you don't have to spend a lot of time with the detail. The rougher it looks in the middle, the better. You're putting all the detail into the red part in the stem, and the paint or whatever you want to do. But now, as for clear coat, I'll put like a sanding sealer on first, and then Helmsman gloss clear coat. It's really the best I've found, and that's pretty much what it seems like all the other carvers use. It'll help prevent the cracking a little bit, but wood's gonna crack. But this is one of those pieces where if it does crack a little bit here and there, it just adds to it. Again, this is a great starter project. Would make a great gift for anybody that's a teacher. Teachers, thank you. You're appreciated more than you know.